Hi everyone, I'm going to demo for you today how to look up previously entered data in PNBot. And that's with regards to either patient data or case data, encounter data, or testimonials. So I'm going to start with patient data. So I go to the patient data entry sheet and I click on look up or update an existing patient record. And I see this yellow cell here where it says select a patient. Generally, if you see a yellow cell, that means you can probably select something from it. So I clicked in the cell, and now this little downward-facing triangle pops up. And I can click on that, and it will bring up a drop-down list of all the patients that were previously entered into PNBot, up to 100 entries. So I'm going to select this first one here, and that brings up what was previously entered for one first example patient. And this refers to the client ID, first name, and last name. So if I wanted to clear this out, I would click in the yellow cell, hit backspace, and hit tab, and then the form would become blank again. So let's say that I had a large number of patients entered into this form, and it would be impractical or really annoying to try to scroll through a big long list of patients. Or perhaps I only remembered a little bit of the patient's name, like I don't remember their ID or I don't remember their last name. What I could do is search for that patient by clicking in this yellow box, and let's say I just remember first example patient's name had the word first in it, so I'll type first. And then I need to hit tab to get out of the cell. And notice nothing happens because it's not a complete entry up here. So I click back in the yellow cell, and I'm going to click this drop down again, but this time the only thing that shows up in the drop down is what matches what I typed in this yellow cell. So one first example patient, whereas before we had two entries. So I click on that, and again it brings up the patient's record. I'm going to clear the form and show you again with the second patient. I'm going to type in second, and notice that while your cursor is in the cell, you can't hit this drop-down button over here. So you have to tab out of it, click back in, and then click the drop-down. And then see, now it says to second example patient, and I can select that record. I can also use these view records buttons if I want to scroll through what was entered in the database. So this button will take me to the first entry, this one will take me to the last entry, and these middle ones will take me to one previous or one after. So the case data entry sheet is also pretty similar. I can do all those same things that I did with the patient data entry sheet over here. So I'm going to select a patient. So I'm going to select second example patient. But I have a second yellow box over here as well that says select which case if the patient is more than one. And notice that even though I only selected a patient up here, this populated with the number 2. And that's because PNBot will automatically pull up the information for the patient's most recent case. And for demo purposes, I made second example patient have 2 cases, although most of your patients will probably only have 1. So it automatically populates with case number 2, which corresponds with case instance over here, the patient's second case. However, if I wanted to see the patient's first case or their old information, I can select that from this drop-down as well. So I'm going to switch to 1, so second example patient's case number 1, and that changes the information that populates over here to their first case. And again, I can just delete out of here to clear everything. And I can also use the button to scroll through if I wish. So I'm going to go to the encounters data entry form to show you how to look up a previously entered encounter. So the first step, again, is to select a patient so PNBot knows who you're talking about. So I can select second example patient here. And then I'm going to click on update an existing encounter. When I click on that, it brings up this pop-up box that says which one. Second example patient only has 1 encounter entered. So only one comes up here with the encounter ID number, date of encounter, and type of encounter. And then I'm going to click it to select it and click OK. And then the data entry sheet populates with what I entered last time for that encounter. And to clear everything, as always, I can just click in the yellow cell and hit backspace and tab, and that will reset everything. And the testimonials data entry is also quite similar. So again, I can just select a patient from the yellow cell, drop down, click on Update an Existing Testimonial or Story, click on the date of the testimonial and type, number, and click OK, and that will bring up the testimonial. And that is, in a nutshell, how to look up previously entered data in PNBOT. Thank you for watching.